Hello guys, and welcome back to another Explain 11 video. Today we are back on the ground in Kilimanjaro, taking off from where we finished last time in Kilimanjaro a couple of months ago. Going to continue our journey down to Dar es Salaam and then hopefully back up to Amsterdam as well. Going to be continuing KL567 here, just about 55 minutes airtime, pretty short flight from Kilimanjaro airport here in the north of Tanzania to Dar es Salaam on the coast in the south of the country. And yeah, continuing with 252 passengers on board the aircraft today. 15.7 tons of cargo is what we're dealing with here on the ground in Kilimanjaro to continue off to Dar es Salaam. Yeah, obviously continuing Boeing 787-9, and everything else is looking like it should be fine. The weather is looking pretty much clear. Nothing I can see here on active sky that we should be worrying about along the way. So yeah, should be pretty smooth 50-minute flight down to Dar es Salaam and then taking off again to fly the return flight to Amsterdam, where that'll be another video, so you have to stay tuned for that one. But yeah, let me not waste any more time. Let's get this show on the road. Let's hop into our seat here and we'll start getting things programmed and ready to go down to Dar es Salaam. First thing I'm going to do is just clear up the navigation display. As you can see with the new version of the Magknight, they've implemented AviTab into the aircraft, which is a nice new little feature there. It's a pretty useful thing to have for looking at charts and everything. So what I'm actually going to do is go ahead and get the charts for Kilimanjaro airports up here on the tablet. For the departure today, we're going to be departing from runway 09, and our departure SID is a moment to 1 alpha departure, so that's going to take us pretty much right turn after takeoff and then straight out to Mum2, from Mum2 flying to ITCOP, from ITCOP down to Tulo, and then it's on to our final approach in Dar. So yeah, okay, got the airport chart up here. Let's go ahead and get our departure, Mum2 1 alpha, there it is. Cool, aircraft config, let's head down here. Let's get this aircraft config stuff sorted out as the first order of business. So 252 passengers. And fuel on board today. We are going to be carrying 11.9 tons of fuel to Dar es Salaam. There we go, 11.9, perfect. And trip should take 4.1, 15 minutes contingency fuel, 1.3. Alternative airport is Mombasa, that's 3.7 tons. And minimum takeoff fuel here in Kilimanjaro, 11.38 tons. Expecting to take 499 kilograms of fuel to taxi. So we're looking at about 7.8 tons of remaining fuel. And we go on to galley. It is going to be loaded for a long haul flight because it is still continuing from Amsterdam, so technically this isn't like a fresh flight because you wouldn't be able to like board the aircraft here in Kilimanjaro, just take the flight down to Dar for stopover before going to the final destination, which is Dar es Salaam. So we still have the 4 flight deck crew, 12 cabin crew. Passengers are all sorted out, and the cargo needs to get sorted out. So that's changed here in Kilimanjaro. We have 15.7 tons of cargo now. That should be fine right there. That'll be fine. Everything else is okay. Load the aircraft. It's fine. Okay. Let's head down to the FMC. The checklist page does not want to show up. Not sure why that's happening. I'm not too bothered about that. It's not a big deal. Okay, let's go to the route page. Route menu, company routes. Get that loaded up. Obviously, flight number today, KLM 567. Execute. Departure, departing off runway 9. Moment to 1 Alpha. We can plan our arrival into Dar es Salaam as well. We're going to be arriving on the EVGA 1 Alpha departure, arrival. And we'll be flying the RNAV runway 05 via Itulo. Actually, cancel that. We'll be flying ILS approach. Actually, I just want to double check if it's the ILS Yankee we want or the ILS Zulu. Yeah, okay, we're flying the ILS Zulu approach. Okay, gonna execute that. Alright, cruising today, going to be cruising at flight level 330. Cruise speed, going to be cruising at Mach decimal 84. We put a / in front of that. Okay. Departure, that's fine, it's fine. Cool. Just get, I shall get the thrust up on that side. Cool. All that is looking good. Head on here, initialize flight performance, runway 09. Conditions are now, it is dry on the ground. Surface winds are 0305 knots. Outside air temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. QNH 1016. Show what you guys set. (1016). Anti-icing is going to be off. We'll do a flaps 10 departure. I'll just cross-reference that takeoff weight. 178.1. Yep, that looks correct. Okay, V1 129, VR 146, V2 155. Takeoff trim 7. Let's get our sets right now. And there we go. Takeoff trim 7 set. I can get the auto brake set to RTO. Let's head up top. We'll get the APU gens on. We'll get the APU to fire up. And let's get the beacon light turned on. Also no need for pushback here. Just going to be a straight taxi out from our external stand. Alright, appears APU is on and available. Disconnect the ground power. And we have to get the engines fired up, so cool, all looks fine. And let's get the left engine fired up. Watch that N2 rise. It's passing around 7%. I'm gonna fuel control switch. Now doing auto starts. Okay, good start there on engine number 1. Get engine number 2 fired up. Watch the N2, once that starts increasing, you can get the fuel control switch. Just got 330 plugged in. And our V2 speed was 155. I got the flight directors turned on. Auto throttle is already armed. And we got 2 good engine starts there, so we can get the APU gens turned off. APU turned off as well. Let's get our flaps set to position 10. Okay, so if you look at the taxi charts here, we are going to be taxiing out to runway 09. So we're going to take Romeo, and then a right turn down Yankee, and then we'll be straight on to runway 09. Okay, get the taxi lights from, we turn off the lights on as well. The rest can stay off for the time being. Alright, we're good to go. Okay, so this is Romeo, then it's going to be a right turn here. And I'm going to arm LNAV. Okay, clear of the apron so we can get the full land light complements. Turn off that tax light. Get the wing light on as well. Let's get our strobe lights on. Alright, let's get ourselves lined up here. Runway 09.
Approaching 09. On runway 09.
Alright, let's just run through things quickly. Got all this stuff briefed. Trim is set to 7. Got our V speeds all entered. Flaps 10 set. All brake to RCO. Landing lights, everything is on. Strobe lights on. Wing lights are on. And yeah, okay, we're ready to go, guys. Taker thrust is set. Airspeed is coming alive. There's 80 knots.
80 knots.
There's V1.
V1.
Rotates.
Rotate. Positive rate.
Gears going up. We're not going to make that in this shot. Actually, yeah, we will. Should be able to.
400. $1,000.
Okay, gonna engage all spots, all throttle, VNAV. Go flaps to position 1. Nose landing light can come off, and the tail can come off as well. And if you look off to the left there, you see the famous Mount Kilimanjaro. There's 3 peaks just off our left wing. What a beautiful departure out of Kilimanjaro Airport. As you can see, there's routing, nothing too special. And yeah, down to, as you can see here, Mum 2, and then from Mum 2 it's just continuing straight down in a pretty much straight line, and then we'll be on to our arrival pretty quickly. It's a really short flight, so I'll see you guys very soon. Stay tuned for those cruise cinematics, and yeah, I'll catch you guys when we're back on our approach phase into Dar es Salaam. Alright guys, welcome back into the flight deck. We are nearing Dar es Salaam now. You can see here 20 nautical miles to Itulu, and then it's left turn onto the ILS Zulu for runway 05. I'd hop down here to our EFB. You can see performance landing data is already inputted. Winds currently on the ground 150 at 4 knots, 26 degrees Celsius is the outside air temperature, QNH 1014. Going to be landing with flaps 30, full reverses, and spoilers auto, and auto brakes to position 2. That gives us a VREF of 142, and if we were to do if the winds were a little bit stronger, we'd be adding 5 knots on there to compensate for that, but there's no need for that today. You can see we're going to be using 7,359 feet of runway today, out of 9,892 feet available to us on the runway here in Dar es Salaam. It's actually quite a bit shorter than the runway at Kilimanjaro. But yeah, flight's been smooth. It was literally like 15 minutes cruise and then descending again, so really short flight today. Yeah, but we're just descent is going to be stopping at 2,300. That's where we're going to intercept the ILS at. That's going to be the altitude we intercept the glide slope. Actually, I'll get the auto brake set to 2 right now. Don't want to forget about that. And should be able to see the airport somewhere off to our left. There it is. There's the Julius Nyerere International Airport in Dar es Salaam. And I've already got the ILS frequency set in the nav radio. There is 110.5 and the 047 final approach course. Just throw out a little bit more ground spoilers just to help the aircraft slow down to 200 knots. I'm going to get the local QNH, which is 1014. Get the dome lights off. I can close down this chart for our star. We'll open up the ILS, and decision altitude is 200, so I get that set. And let's get flaps 5 set. Get the wing lights on. No idea why the vertical speeds selected here is going a little bit crazy. Might be a bug with the new updates. Okay, you can see we're turning in for Santa ILS 05 waypoint.
2500.
Gonna arm the localizer. Okay, I'm gonna re-engage LNAV and the localizer is armed. Don't know why I disengaged LNAV there. Gonna get flaps 10 sets. And once we are on the final approach, I'll get the gear done. In fact, I'll get the final approach course, or 047. Get that plugged in. We are 2,300 feet that we're going to be holding here. I'll get the glide slope armed as well. There we go, making that final turn in. Still on LNAV, but we should hopefully capture the localizer any second now. There we go, localizer is captured. LNAV is disengaged. Okay, gear down. The gear nose lights are only turn us on as well. We can get flaps down to 20 actually. VRF 142. Got that plugged in a second. Okay, let's get 142 plugged in. Let's get the speed brake armed. We got flaps 30 sets. I can see the lights of Dar es Salaam starting to show up. I don't know why the extended night lighting is not working as it should. I might have to reinstall that. Can't wait till the HUD is fully functional. That'll be a nice feature to have. Alright, I'm going to take over manual control in a second. Just so I can get myself situationally aware. Everything is set for landing. Right. My aircraft. $1,000 feet checked. Gonna try and fly down nice and smooth. I've got a little bit of a crosswind coming in from the right over there. I'm actually gonna increase to 147. Just a tad bit high.
Approaching 0.5.
Gonna correct the glide slope.
Minimums 40.
Long landing, 7,000 feet remaining.
Alright, we're done. Speed brakes up and reverses up. And also over to manual braking. Alright guys, bit of a float there. Crosswinds, hadn't planned for that. The winds changed, I think, just once we go on our final approach. Not to worry, we're down and we ourselves taxied into the apron. Get the APU fired up. Get the strobe light off as well. And we'll cut in from across where Zulu is and make a right turn in. This should be our next turning here on the right. I believe it's Echo. And we'll be taking stand Fox 1. Get the runway turn-offs turned off and we'll taxi in. Okay, get stop right there, get the parking brake on, engaged. APU is on and available. Get the engines shut down. And I forgot to get the flaps cleaned up. I'm gonna done now. Cool, looks like the engines are spooling down. Perfect. Last 44 minutes airtime. Forgot to start the clock to block time, but I'm assuming it's about 52 minutes or so. Probably a little bit less, 50 minutes. But yeah, there we go guys, welcome to Dar es Salaam. That's going to go ahead and do it for this flight. Hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to stick around for the landing replays coming up shortly. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, stay safe, and as always, I'll see you in the skies.